I'll just share my screen. Okay. So, good morning, friends. Myself, Dr. Pooja Yadav, and we were studying STEM 5 communication paper. We have already studied we have already studied what is amplitude modulation and frequency modulation in this topic of modulation techniques. So for today, your topic of class is phase modulation. Now, what is phase modulation? We have already seen that in the last lecture, I have already told you about what is angle modulation, and in angle modulation, we have two types. That is, one is frequency modulation and the second one is phase modulation. So now you all know what is frequency modulation. So can you please define what is phase modulation in terms of modulating frequency and in terms of carrier frequency? You must be able to define it. Okay. So how we can define phase modulation is if the phase of carrier frequency changes instantaneously with the incoming amplitudes of modulating frequency, the technique is called as phase modulation. Okay, so which term is changing? You all know in a particular sine wave or in any data you have three constants, or you have three variables. First is amplitude, second is frequency, and third one is phase. So whenever we talk of phase, the frequency is always there. Okay, whenever you are going to change the phase of any frequency, you will find that some of the sidebands will always occur. Okay, so this comes under the types of angle modulation. So angle modulation, we have two types: frequency modulation and phase modulation. So now is it clear to you which term is varying in phase modulation? We are varying the angle of, varying the phase of carrier frequency in accordance with the input signal, or input signal is called as the modulating signal, and what we got as the output is called as modulated signal. Okay, so this is how we do phase modulation. Now look at the picture of this phase modulation. Here we have taken triangular frequency or triangular wave to explain the phase modulation. In next picture or in some successive pictures, the phase modulation will always become clear to you, but here we are just concerned about the phases. Okay, so you just look at these timings. This is T0, this is T1, T2, T3, and T5, T4 till T5, etc. Okay, so in phase modulation, what happens with the instantaneous frequency? Your phase changes with each incoming amplitude. As the amplitude varies of modulating signal, this signal A is the modulating signal, signal B is the frequency modulated signal, and signal C is the phase modulated signal. So here you can see the difference between two, that is a frequency modulated signal and a phase modulated signal. Okay, so what happens in frequency modulation? We have already seen frequency modulation in our last class. So here you can see that as the amplitude varies for the incoming signal, the frequency changes, and is as it is shifted from positive to negative, you can observe the frequency change drastically. Instantaneously the frequency is changing, but here you can see by your eye. Okay, I'll just take this to the upper side so you will be able to see this picture clearly. Here this is frequency modulation. See how the frequency of this signal is changing according to the input amplitude. And here in the third picture, that is picture C, you can see the difference, that this frequency is varying with phase. Here you can see that the phase is also changed at this point. This is the first incoming amplitude. This is time t1. With this time t1, the phase of this frequency is also changing. So this is called as phase modulation. It will be clear to you in the next picture also. So here some principles of phase modulation is given. You have frequency deviation. This term we have already defined in our last class. That is what we have seen for frequency modulation. So you all know what is frequency deviation. You have a center frequency, that is a carrier frequency, and from carrier frequency, whatever frequency of sidebands we take, that is called as frequency deviation, and it is denoted by letter delta or FD, frequency deviation. So here what happens, modulating signal amplitude varies the frequency and phase of the carrier frequency. And here what happens, if we have modulating signal frequency, that this is called as FM. Here the phase varies sinusoidally, but here frequency it always changes with the modulating signal. As the modulating signal changes its amplitude, the frequency modulated signal will also change. So here it is represented by a straight line. Okay, and in phase modulation what happens, instantaneously the phase is changing with all the incoming amplitudes of modulating signal. Okay, so we'll move to the next slide. Here we can have the two modulations. See, whenever we do frequency modulation, the phase is also there, and whenever we do phase modulation, frequency is also there. So what is most important in phase modulation is that we are in standards, we should kept amplitude and frequency of the carrier signal constant whenever we are changing the phase, or whenever we are doing phase modulation, the amplitude and the frequency of carrier signal should remains constant throughout. But what happens whenever we change the phase of the carrier frequency, it had some sidebands also. Okay, so it has some upper sideband also and some lower sideband also. So we will see how the sidebands will occur in phase modulation also. So here is one of the phase modulation. This is for the digital signal. We will see this thing in details, or actually I have put it this picture so that the phase modulation should become clear to you, how the phase actually changes. This is digital modulation. We will be studying in our successive lectures, but only to see how the phase modulation is there, you look at this picture. Here what happens, this is a digital data. Okay, so this is nothing but your input or modulating signal. This is the carrier frequency or the modulated signal. Okay, because here phase modulation is done, we have not shown the carrier, but carrier is there, and here we have done modulation. What modulation? Phase modulation. And after phase modulation, the waveform will look like this, that this changes from 0 to 1. As the wave changes from 0 to 1, okay, so the modulation happens because whenever the changes happen, जैसे modulation में आप amplitude change हो रहा है तो उसके साथ phases भी change होगा. We take time, according to the time we do phase modulation. Okay, so here this is very clear to you in this picture that how the phase changes. यहाँ देखो 180 degrees का phase shift है पूरा. If the wave changes from 0 to 1, the phase is also changing from 0 to 180 degrees. Carrier का पूरा 180 degrees से phase shift हो गया. So this is called as actually phase modulation. And phase modulation is generally used in digital communication. When we study ASK, FSK and PSK, phase shifting, it will be very clear too. So you can see phase change over here when the input signal changes from 0 to 1, and from the input change from 1 to 0 also the phase is changing from 0 to 180 degrees. So this is the actual phase shift of 180 degrees, which you can see clearly in this picture. Now this is for digital modulation, and how it happens in phase modulation happens in analog modulation. With all the incoming amplitudes, the phase changes constantaneously, and as the wave changes from positive to negative, there is the total phase shift of 180 degrees. Is it clear to you? Now, here in this relation, we have derived, or we have just shown that what is the phase frequency relationship when frequency is constant. Okay, in phase modulation, what we are doing, we are changing the phase by keeping the frequency constant. So which thing or which variable is changing here? Theta of t, it is the generalized angle, and it will change with each incoming amplitudes of the signal by keeping the frequency constant. Okay, so what does it says? This equation will look like this here. Theta of t, this is the variable term, so phi of t, it becomes AC cos of omega ct plus theta 0. Why theta 0? Because every time with each incoming time, that is t1, t2, t3 till t5, the theta is changing constantly. Okay, so in the next slide, or here, we are going to see that how the phase modulation actually happens and what is the actual equation what we have derived from this relation. So phase modulated wave will look like this. Here we have two parameters, that omega ct, this is the actual amplitude, this is the actual frequency of carrier, and this is the varying term. Okay, here theta is varying, what phase is varying? Phase is varying each and every time. So this thing we will keep as the variable, and this frequency we will keep as the constant, and also the amplitude here is constant. Okay, so this is the equation for phase modulation. How the modulation index and sidebands appears in phase modulation? As we have already discussed the term modulation index in amplitude modulation and in frequency modulation also. So we will not define the term here. We will only see that every modulation what we do, it has some modulation index, and on which term it depends? It depends upon the frequency of input signal and the frequency of your carrier. It defines what? It defines modulation index for a particular modulation technique. So here both the terms are there, modulation index is also there and sideband is also there. We have seen sidebands, upper sideband and lower sideband in frequency modulation also. Likewise in phase modulation also you are having upper sidebands and lower sidebands. So the carrier is constant, and after carrier fc minus fm you will have lower sidebands, and fc plus fm you will have upper sidebands. So here also modulation index we will define by mf. Okay. So here if we say modulation index, so what we have seen in our last lecture also, or in frequency modulation also, that if the bandwidth is increased, it denotes what? In frequency modulation, the bandwidth is very large. Why the bandwidth is very large? Because with each incoming amplitude, we are changing the frequency of carrier. So we will have a lot of, or we will have a number of sidebands. That's why the bandwidth of this modulation techniques increases drastically. Likewise, in this modulation technique or in phase modulation also, we will have larger bandwidths. Why? Because with each incoming amplitude changes, your phase of the carrier is also changing. Okay, so with the help of these basis functions, in last lecture I have explained you what are basis function. These are used to calculate the sidebands. Here this is not important for you, but I have just given this picture because you should know how we will calculate the sidebands. These things are important when we do sidebands calculation in modulation techniques. In this picture you see, this is the basis function which are plotted in a graph. Here you see this J0, J1, J2, these are all the changing functions. Okay, as the frequency changes or as the phase changes of carrier, you will have the each modulating frequency as these terms, that is as these functions. Okay, so here with each incoming time, your frequency and phase is changing. This is the plot of frequency with each incoming amplitude changes. So this will give you the number of sidebands. These basis function, this will decide how the number of sidebands occur in a particular modulation technique. Okay, so here also we can define modulation index and sidebands. Okay, so here modulation index is defined as pi by 2, or in phase modulation some of the observations are given. Likewise, these observations relates to frequency and phase both, because whenever we are doing phase modulation, frequency modulation is also considered. Some terms like basis function, like sidebands are also considered, because this is a form of angle modulation. Okay, so whenever we talk of phase modulation, frequency modulation will always be there. Okay, so here how we calculate the frequency deviation. This is from plus mp to minus mp. This is the frequency deviation for fm, and what we call it as m of t for phase modulation. Frequency modulation के लिए कौन सा term है plus, because here we are considering the frequency and here we are considering the phase, and phase varies with each incoming time. As the instantaneous time changes, okay, your phase is also changing. So here we define the frequency deviation in terms of mt. Okay, now we will have some of the advantages of angle modulation. Actually, in any modulation technique, we in say analog modulation techniques, we won't prefer angle modulation because the frequency spectrum will look very complicated whenever we are doing angle modulation. Okay, so in digital techniques we prefer angle modulation or phase modulation. Okay, phase modulation is generally or most probably used in digital communication system. That is what we are going to see in PSK, phase shift key. Okay, uska picture I have already shown you in one slide. So here we have some advantages. So what are the advantages? It have resistant to selective fading. Here in amplitude modulation, fading is always there. But if we are using angle modulation, the fading becomes unimportant. Okay, in angle modulation, It allows more efficient use of transmitter power. Okay, then one of the advantages also there, that it handles a greater dynamic range of modulating signal. Okay, so as the bandwidth is very large in phase modulation and in frequency modulation also, you will have a dynamic range, means you can have a larger bandwidth of modulation in these two types of modulation techniques. Which two types of modulation technique? Phase modulation and frequency modulation. Okay, so I think this is all for phase modulation. In for today's class, we'll just have an overview that what we have seen for phase modulation. From this we have started, or we have just seen that what is actually phase modulation. In phase modulation, what we do, we, with each incoming time or with each frequency or with each amplitude of modulating signal, we change the frequency, or we are changing the phase of carrier signal. Okay, always remember what is the modulating signal and what is the carrier frequency. So phase is changing of carrier frequency. We are changing the phase of carrier frequency in accordance to incoming amplitude of modulating signal, and what we got as output is called as modulated signal. Okay, in this picture we have seen how is the waveform for frequency modulation and for phase modulation. Here you will have the variation of modulating amplitude and modulating signal frequency. As the principles of phase modulation, we have seen कि what happens in phase modulation. Okay, see, whenever we are doing some modulation, like आपने तीन टाइप के modulations देखे. एक एंगल, first was amplitude modulation, second was frequency modulation, and third was phase modulation. Now you will be having one question, I don't know you are arising with this question or not, कि how the modulation technique is actually done, कैसे होता है, कैसे कैरियर का फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज होता है और कैसे कैरियर का फेज चेंज होता है. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स दे आर डन बाय व्हाट, दे आर डन बाय सम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक सर्किट्स. मॉड्यूलेटर के अंदर क्या है, इट इज नथिंग बट, इफ आपको फ्रीक्वेंसी मॉड्यूलेशन करना है तो यू हैव टू यूज सम ऑसिलेटर. ओके, एंड आपको यदि फेज मॉड्यूलेशन करना है, सो हियर यू विल हैव सम filters, you will have some RC networks. Okay, so modulators are nothing but some circuits, some modulator circuits. So here the principle of phase modulation I have shown you. It is very clear from a digital waveform, that's why I have shown you this picture, that here as the signal changes from 0 to 1, the phase is also changing from 0 to 180 degrees. 180 degrees का total phase shift है. अब यही signal यदि analog signal है, तो with the incoming amplitude, the phase constantly keeps on changing, and as it shifts from 0 to 1, that is from positive to negative, the total phase shift of 180 degrees happens. Okay, so this modulation is clear to you. This is called as phase modulation. This is the phase frequency relationship. Okay, here frequency is constant, frequency is kept constant, and phase is varying. Which thing? Theta t is varying with varying time, with instantaneous time. Okay, so this is the frequency derivation, or the spectrum, how the modulated signal looks like. Here we will derive one equation, and the final equation looks like this. Phase modulated wave, it will have constant amplitude and constant frequency, and which thing is changing? The phase is changing with incoming time or incoming time period. So modulation and sidebands, you all know in any type of modulation technique, you will have modulation index and sidebands are also there. So in phase modulation, how we are going to calculate the number of sidebands? We will calculate it by the Bessel's function. In your syllabus, you don't have calculations of Bessel's function in very deep, so I haven't explained that calculation. Just a picture is given how we calculate the sidebands, and here this picture is important just to show you how the sidebands appear with each equivalent function. It changes from J0 to J8, means you are having number of sidebands as 8. Okay, this is modulation index and this is the Jn function. What is Jn function? They are calculated by Bessel's function equations. Here sidebands is there, calculation of bandwidth and modulation index is also there. So for phase modulation, you have frequency deviation from 0 to mt, function of time. It is the function of time. Okay, so in angle modulation, you have some advantages of angle modulation, that it don't have some fading disadvantage is not there in angle modulation. Then for angle modulation, rejectance of interference is there. Interference is what? These all terms, interference, what is rejection ratio, these things will be clear to you when we study your second unit of your syllabus for communication paper, that is antennas. Because all these things, whatever you do angle modulation, you do amplitude modulation, you do frequency modulation, or you do phase modulation, all of these signals, all of these data, you have to be transmit in air. आपको air में वो data transmit करना है. ओके अब एयर में आप ही सिर्फ ट्रांसमिट नहीं कर रहे हो, देर आर सो मेनी फ्रीक्वेंसीज ट्रांसमिटेड इन एयर फॉर एनी टाइप ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. ओके, जैसे पुलिस के लिए और इन सम रडार वगैरह जो आपका communication system है, that has to be a secure system. Okay, that has to be a secure system means उसका जो frequency है, उसका जो allotted frequency है, means कि जो पुलिस वालों को अलॉट की है एक पर्टिकुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी बैंड, वो फॉर जनरल टाइप्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन टेक्निक्स के लिए वो अलॉट नहीं की गई है. ओके, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अ सिक्योर कम्युनिकेशन. यहाँ पे जो इंटरफेरेंस होता है इन बिटवीन फ्रीक्वेंसी, वो आप एंगल मॉड्यूलेशन करके वो इंटरफेरेंस को मिनिमाइज कर सकते हो. Okay, and in angle modulation also you have a wide range of bandwidth. Okay, amplitude modulation में you have a smallest bandwidth, वहां पे आपका bandwidth जो है वो limited रहता है. In amplitude modulation, okay, because in amplitude modulation we have only two sidebands, and in frequency modulation and in phase modulation we have number of sidebands, upper sidebands also and lower sidebands also. So here in both the frequency modulation and phase modulation, the bandwidth is very large, and in amplitude modulation you have the smallest bandwidth. So this is all the advantages. This is all for today's lecture. Thank you all for the quiet listening. Thanks to you all. Thank you student for attending the class. We'll just have okay. So here we will just have. This is all for today's class. Is it okay for you? Students, if you have any queries, if you have any questions, you can put them on your chat box. Okay? You can put them in your chat box. You can ask me by WhatsApp also. Is it okay? So we'll end the meeting for today's class. Good day to you all.